Hey YouTube, it's your boy Kenner K again, aka the Optometry Prodigy, and guys, I'm coming at you this week with another video. This week we're going to continue to look at the eye anatomy, or the extraocular muscles in this case. And what we're going to look at this week in particularly will be the innervations of these muscles. So what nerves cause these muscles to carry out their action, the actions that we already looked at. Okay guys, so firstly, before we get into the nerves that innervate the muscles themselves, let's have an overall look at the 12 cranial nerves. So here we have 1 to 6 here. So the olfactory is nerve 1, optic nerve is the second cranial nerve, we have oculomotor nerve, the trochlear, the trigeminal nerve, abducens nerve, and here we have 7 to 12, facial nerve, vestibulocochlear nerve, glossopharyngeal nerve, the vagus nerve, accessory nerves, and the hypoglossal nerve there as well. So the ones that we have to focus on for the innervation of the extraocular muscles are in fact the oculomotor nerve, which is the third cranial nerve, the trochlear nerve, which is the fourth cranial nerve, and the abducens nerve, which is the sixth cranial nerve. So let's look now at which muscles they actually innervate. So firstly, let's look at the sixth cranial nerve. The sixth cranial nerve innervates the lateral rectus muscle. Again, the sixth cranial nerve is the abducens nerve. Before I tell you where it comes from and originates, etc., let's go through all the nerves firstly. Then we have the fourth cranial nerve, which is the trochlear nerve, and it innervates the superior oblique muscle. Again, trochlear nerve. So now let's look at the other nerves. All the other nerves here are in fact innervated by the third, or the oculomotor nerve. The thing about this nerve though, it is separated into the superior division of the nerve and the inferior division of the nerve. So the superior division of the nerve, it actually innervates the superior rectus muscle, and it also innervates the superior palpebral superioris as well. But we are looking at the muscles that innervate the arm, that actually move the eye itself. Then the inferior part of the nerve, it innervates the rest of the nerve. So the medial rectus, the inferior rectus, and the inferior oblique muscle. So medial rectus, inferior rectus, and inferior oblique muscles. So there you have it guys, we have the extraocular muscles and the innervations. So guys, let's look now finally at this diagram here. And what I want to show you this diagram is just where the pathways of these nerves are, or where it starts and then where it innervates. So let's look firstly at the cranial nerve 6, which is the abducens nerve here, right? So the abducens nerve comes from the abducens nucleus, and this is at the this exits at the pons medullary junction in the brain, and actually passes through a lot of stuff. So it passes through the subarachnoid space, it then passes through the dura mater, it then passes through an area called Dorello's canal, then it passes through the cavernous sinus, and then eventually it enters the orbit through the superior orbital fissure. The key thing to note here is it passes through it has a very long pathway, and this increases the chances, or it rather has a lot of places where they can have lesions of this nerve, causing different conditions. So that there is the abducens nerve. It travels a very long pathway, as we can see here. So now let's have a look at the superior oblique muscle and the fourth nerve here. So the fourth nerve, it comes from the midbrain area. It exits the midbrain caudally or posteriorly, and it makes its way through the subarachnoid space, the dura mater, and then it goes through what we call the posterior clinoid process. Then it will go through the lateral, it will run alongside the lateral wall of the cavernous sinus before entering the superior orbital fissure to innervate the superior oblique muscle. So lastly now, we have our superior rectus, medial rectus, inferior oblique, and inferior rectus, and its innervation, which is the third cranial nerve, which is the oculomotor nerve. The oculomotor nerve comes from the oculomotor nucleus, which is in the midbrain of the brainstem here as well. It exits rostral, or what we call anterior part of the midbrain here. It comes out, it goes and pierces the dura mater, it passes through the lateral aspect of the cavernous sinus as well, before entering the superior orbital fissure, which then, as I said before, it divides into the superior division and the inferior division before innervating these nerves. So guys, that's it there for the innervations of the extraocular motor nerves. I hope you guys understood the content here as well. Don't forget, leave a like, leave a comment, and also share with the other colleagues as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Guys, stay safe. I'm out. Peace.